My lovely loves, welcome back to yet another episode where we speak the truth about the public scrutiny regarding Prince William and Kate's divorce rumors. It's your favorite host here, Famish, and let's dive into it as you hit that subscribe button. Let's cut to the chase. Prince William and Kate Middleton, the Prince and Princess of Wales, have been peddling this picture-perfect marriage for years, but the cracks are starting to show. The tabloids have been buzzing with divorce rumors, and while the palace keeps trying to slap a band-aid on the speculation, it's hard to ignore the signs that things aren't as rosy as they'd like us to believe. From Kate's disappearing acts to William's questionable priorities, the so-called golden couple of the monarchy is looking more like a couple on shaky ground. Here's why the divorce chatter isn't just gossip. It's a wake-up call about a marriage that's been coasting on PR for too long. The whispers about William and Kate's marriage being in trouble aren't new. In fact, they've been swirling around the royal couple for years, popping up every time the pair seem even slightly out of sync in public. These rumors really kicked off in a big way around 2020, when stories started leaking about William spending way too much time away from Kensington Palace. People noticed his solo appearances and the empty halls, and the press wasted no time in speculating about what was really going on behind closed doors. Tabloids were throwing around terms like strained and distant, with so-called insiders, whoever they are, claiming the couple was barely holding it together. Every serious look or awkward moment between them became headline news, fueling the idea that their relationship was on the rocks. Fast forward to 2024, and Kate's cancer diagnosis gave the rumor mill a fresh boost. Suddenly, every move the couple made, or didn't make, was under a microscope, with the public desperate for answers. Her stepping back from public life sparked a frenzy of speculation. Where was she? Why was William still out there shaking hands while his wife was nowhere to be seen? The absence of clear information only made things worse, and people started to imagine the worst-case scenarios. The palace's vague updates only made things worse, leaving people to fill in the blanks with tales of secret separations, marital strife, and even more dramatic theories. Social media exploded with speculation, and every new rumor seemed to gain traction overnight. Sure, Kate's back in the spotlight now, making a few public appearances and waving to the crowds. But her absence last year didn't exactly scream happy marriage. The contrast between her presence and absence was impossible to ignore. And William? He didn't help his case by carrying on with his royal duties like nothing was wrong, smiling for the cameras and attending events solo, while Kate dealt with her health crisis mostly out of sight. It left many wondering about the true state of their partnership. With all this swirling around, it's not hard to see why people started wondering if these two are even on the same page anymore. The questions keep coming, and the answers remain as elusive as ever. Let's be real here, C family. William and Kate's marriage has always felt more like a business deal than a love story. They got hitched in 2011, and since then it's been all about playing the part, smiling for the cameras, raising their 3 kids, Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis, and keeping the monarchy's image squeaky clean. But behind the polished photos and choreographed public appearances, there's a vibe that something's off. They're not exactly giving off warm fuzzies, are they? Kate's always poised to a fault, and William often looks like he'd rather be anywhere else. Their body language at events, like that stiff Southport visit in October 2024, feels more like co-workers than soulmates. Kate's cancer battle should have been a chance for them to show some real unity, but instead it highlighted how disconnected they seem. While Kate was recovering, William was out doing his thing, from environmental conferences to solo charity gigs. Sure, he said nice things about her being his rock at some event in Wales, but it felt like a scripted line to shut people up. If he was really her rock, wouldn't he have scaled back his schedule to be by her side? Instead, it was business as usual, and that's not the look of a guy who's all in on his marriage. The royal family has always clung to their famous mantra, never complain, never explain. For decades, it's been their shield against scandal and speculation. But in today's world, with social media and 24/7 news cycles, that old-school approach just isn't cutting it anymore. People want answers, not silence. When the divorce rumors started swirling loudly in 2023, the palace responded with a brief, almost dismissive statement, calling all the chatter baseless and unfounded. It felt more like a formality than a real attempt to reassure the public. But honestly, big deal. That's not addressing the problem. That's just hoping it'll go away on its own. The public isn't buying it anymore. They want transparency, not vague denials. Then, when Kate released that heartfelt video in September 2024, opening up about her cancer journey, the focus was on her strength, her children, and her dedication to her work. She was brave and vulnerable, but the message was all about her personal battle. William got a passing mention, but it didn't exactly scream, "We're stronger than ever." There was no united front, no clear sign that they were facing things together as a couple. If anything, it felt like Kate was carrying the emotional load solo, putting on a brave face for the world while William stayed in the background. Their joint appearances since then, more of the same, polite, professional but lacking warmth. They show up, wave, smile and move on, sticking to the script and avoiding any real connection with the crowd or each other. Kate's been pushing her early childhood projects, while William's busy hyping his Earthshot prize. They're both working hard, but there's no visible spark or chemistry between them at these events. It's almost like they're just going through the motions, ticking boxes to keep the public from asking too many uncomfortable questions. And let's talk about their social media strategy, or honestly, the lack of one. Their online presence has noticeably dialed back. They've pulled back from posting, probably hoping to avoid the endless posts and comments dissecting their every move and facial expression. But here's the thing. Dodging the spotlight just makes people more curious, not less. The silence only fuels the rumors, and the questions keep piling up. Everyone loves to point to their kids as proof that William and Kate are solid. They've got 3 adorable little royals and sure, they're hands-on parents when the cameras are around. But kids don't fix a marriage. They can just make it harder to admit things are broken. Raising George, Charlotte and Louis in the public eye is no joke, and the pressure of being the perfect royal family can't be helping. William and Kate are so focused on their image, keeping up with royal duties, charity work and all that jazz, that it's easy to imagine their actual relationship taking a back seat. And let's not kid ourselves. The monarchy's all about optics. William and Kate know they're the future king and queen, so splitting up would be a PR nightmare. But staying together just for the crown doesn't exactly scream romance. It's more like they're stuck in a gilded cage, putting on a show because they have to, not because they want to. The divorce rumors keep going because there's enough smoke to make people think there's fire. Every time a new headline pops up, it just adds fuel to the speculation, making it harder for the story to die down. The tabloids thrive on this kind of drama, and the public can't help but get drawn in, dissecting every detail and searching for hidden clues. The royal family's secrecy doesn't help. When you're that guarded, people assume you're hiding something. The closed gates and carefully managed appearances only make the public more curious. It's almost as if the more private they try to be, the more people want to know what's really going on behind those palace walls. William's tendency to come off as cold or distracted in public doesn't do him any favors either. People notice when he seems distant or preoccupied, and it just adds to the narrative that something is off. Body language experts and fans alike analyze his every move, looking for signs of trouble. Remember those photos from 2023 where he looked like he was zoning out while Kate was all smiles? Not a great look. Those images went viral, sparking endless debates online about what was really happening between them. It's moments like these that keep the rumor mill spinning. And Kate's health struggles, while obviously serious, gave the public a glimpse into how little we actually know about their dynamic. The lack of clear updates only made people more anxious and suspicious, leading to even more speculation about the state of their marriage and what might be going on behind closed doors. If they were really rock solid, wouldn't they be more open about it, even just a little? The absence of genuine, affectionate moments in public makes people wonder if they're just putting on a show. It's hard for anyone to believe everything is perfect when the couple seems so distant. Posts range from legit concern about Kate's well-being to wild claims about William's personal life, with every new rumor getting picked apart and discussed in detail. The internet never sleeps, and neither do the conspiracy theories. And while some of it's nonsense, the sheer volume of chatter points to a bigger issue. People are hungry for the truth and they're not getting it. The constant stream of rumors and theories just keeps growing, making it impossible for the story to fade away. People don't buy the fairy tale anymore. The mystique that once surrounded the royals is fading, replaced by skepticism and doubt. The public is more critical than ever, questioning every move and every statement. Even their fans who gush over Kate's outfits or William's eco-warrior vibe can't ignore the tension in their carefully staged appearances. No matter how polished the image, the cracks are starting to show, and people are paying attention to every detail, searching for the real story behind the royal facade. As of June 20th, 2025, William and Kate are still playing the happy couple, but it's feeling more like a performance than ever. They're out there doing their royal duties, Kate with her health charities, William with his environmental stuff, but it's hard to shake the sense that they're just going through the motions. Their kids are a priority, sure, but you can't help but wonder how much time they actually spend together as a couple, away from the cameras and the courtiers. Unlike some other high-profile couples who lean into their love story, these two are all about duty over passion. Maybe that's enough for them, but it's not convincing the rest of us. They're trapped in a system that demands perfection, and it's starting to show. If they want to shut down the rumors, they need to do more than wave from a balcony. Show some real connection, some actual warmth. Something to prove they're in this for more than just the crown. Slide to the comments section and share your thoughts, lovely viewers.